really quick before we get into that, I've been talking a lot about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the fifth Indiana Jones movie, and the dialogue surrounding that, whether it's good, whether it's gonna be bad, the rumors. Just to get your take, because we've had a lot of talks about Indiana Jones in the past. What's your take? Are you excited for Dial of Destiny? Are you dreading it?
No,
What's your
I'm
read?
not dreading it. I mean, I think you got a competent guy in there directing it.
Hmm.
What's his name? But
James Mangold.
yeah, yeah. I said this before, but I just don't. I wish that the guy would do something better with his time. I'd like to see more. I'd rather see him do another Ford versus Ferrari type movie than I would Indiana Jones 5.
Hmm.
I'm curious as to where they're going to go with it. Obviously, it's going to be some big like coda reflection on Indiana Jones's life because we have a lot of CGI de-aged Harrison Ford flashbacks. So they're probably going to like
Hmm.
retcon this into being like his great, adventure that he never finished or whatever. Because blah blah
Right.
blah
Yeah.
blah blah. They're bringing the Nazis back, which I think is, I mean, obviously that's been successful for the Indiana Jones series. When in doubt, bring in the
Yeah.
Nazis because it's a good foe for him to fight. But you
Yeah.
know. I feel like that's a little weak. Maybe we could have done something new and different. But I mean, I don't know. I got to tell you, Vince, I saw the trailer and I thought it looked fine. In fact, I thought it even was kind of good. Like when that music swelled, dun 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 dun. I can't tell you
Yeah.
how
They're
to get
really
real
slow.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I I mean, am I counting down the days? No.
Mm.
So I mean, I'll see
Yeah.
it probably.
Yeah. That's funny because I feel like I'm in that boat where I'm excited. I'm also skeptical, but at the same time, I don't know. People are really, I think, leery of doing like a very retrospective deep dive on Indiana Jones as a character and how he deals with age. And I think that's something that Mangold has really excelled in with a lot of his movies. Like,
I know.
his take on Wolverine is incredible. Like one of my favorite movies is Logan.
It's
And he's
it's
done
it.
a lot of great like films that really dissect heroism in a way that is kind of an old fashioned like dying art, like from like the John Wayne movies, Clint Eastwood, stuff like that. And I don't know, to me, growing up with a lot of that stuff, it's very refreshing to see a filmmaker take that approach, especially to a hero like Indiana Jones, who kind of was birthed out of that even an earlier era of film, like the 30s and 40s pulpy
Mhm.
serials that literally inspired that franchise.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about those films in a brief way on my latest movie retrospective on my YouTube channel. You can follow me at George Dell's Film Journal. But I talked about a movie called Plunder of the Sun, which is kind of a proto Indiana Jones. Kind of has its one foot in archaeological adventure, the other foot in like pulp crime. But that was a solid movie. And then there's other movies like I bought Secret of the Incas with Charlton Heston. You ever seen
Ooh,
that? That's probably the most
I've heard
blatant.
of it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Where he basically is wearing the Indiana Jones costume. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, which is it's a fine, okay movie. Um,
Hmm.
but with James Mangold, it's hard to know sometimes if this is like a theme that this director is drawn to. Seems like that's highly plausible. Or whether or not the studio just goes, well, we're doing an old hero movie. Let's get him. He did one before with Logan, which I
Hmm.
thought was
Yeah.
okay. I liked Logan fine. I saw it in the theater. I haven't seen it since, but what I was really disappointed by was the Wolverine movie, which is amazing until the very last 20 minutes when a
Until like
guy
the
in a
yeah,
giant
yeah,
robot
exactly.
suit, old guy in a big robot suit comes out and shoots
Hmm.
drills into Wolverine's claws to suck his adamantium
Sucks
out
the
of his
life
bones.
out of his claws.
I mean, was that something that James Mangold was like that he wanted in there? That he was like,
That
yeah,
that
we got to
was
have the big
literally a
robot
studio
suit.
mandated thing, I think.
I mean,
I
that
don't
was
I think
just so stupid.
yeah,
You
he's
know what I
very
mean?
public about how he didn't want that in the movie.
I mean, I would quit. If they ruined my
Mhm.
movie with something so stupid. But kind of reminded me of like remember when Darth Maul showed up at the end of Han Solo movie,
Yeah.
and then Ron Howard had the gall to come out in the press and say, "Oh, that was my idea. I wanted Darth Maul in here."
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like, I mean, that
Yeah.
kind of
No, I
stuff.
feel
I
ya.
just hate to see that happen to a filmmaker where he, because everybody wants these guys to come in. Just like I always used to think, oh, wouldn't it be great if Tarantino made a Star Trek movie? That'd be so awesome, right? Because everyone wants to see like what a sort of auteur popular filmmaker will do with this material, but you don't
Yeah.
you don't get to do anything. Like, they tell you what to do, and it's just like a bastardized version of your intentions. The climax when all those ninjas shoot all those arrows into them, just like the Frank Miller comic, that's your ending. You don't need to have a giant fight with a big robot man at the end.
Yeah.
That's cringe, you know, whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
ways that ending could have gone, but
There's
yeah,
just
I
no
feel you.
future
I
in I
feel you.
mean, I just don't when I hear like a big name director is doing one of these things anymore, I just kinda go, "Oh." There's a reason the Edgar
Mhm.
Wright Ant-Man didn't happen. There's a reason the Darren Aronofsky Wolverine didn't happen. It's because these guys that actually wanna make their own movie get in there and realize they're not able to. So,
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't adhere to a cinematic universe or like the studio narrative, then it's not valuable to them, which is unfortunate. But yeah,
right.
hopefully, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I have hope that Indiana Jones is actually going to be at the very least decent and better than Crystal Skull. Speaking as a
At this
person who
point, we
liked
just
Crystal
go to these
Skull, but
movies and we go it's not like you're excited to see the story. You're just like, "I hope they don't
mhm,
ruin it forever." You know?
yeah. I mean,
That's
he
it.
said that he's come into the mindset that he's making the last Indiana Jones movie. So this is supposed to be like, yeah, like you said, the coda of Indiana Jones. So
But don't forget to
as
set
long
up
as
the
they,
Disney streaming TV show in there, though. You gotta set
oh
that
my
up,
gosh, yeah, yeah,
right?
we'll see about that. I hope to God that they don't set anything up in this movie that it's just a dead end.
Really will.
Let him live out his retirement. Let's just assume that he lives a happily ever after, whatever, and goes
The
off into
the
the sunset with Marion on a yacht or whatever.
the commercials don't end after the trailers are over anymore, dude. They go through the movie now.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the great thing about those indie movies is that like
They're
even
awesome.
well, not just that, of course, but the fact that they end, yes, they're connected because it's the same character. It's like James Bond, like it's an open closed story. The story ends, but the character still goes on, and you can watch one or any of those movies in isolation and feel like you've seen an open closed story, except for maybe
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
Crusade, because Last Crusade actually has the intention of tying up that, like, telling you the most personal information about Indiana Jones that we've never seen in film, and then saying, "All right, that's it, we're done," and then
You could watch that
obviously,
movie and get it. You could
yeah,
watch that movie. Maybe you
yeah,
wouldn't
I
get
love
the
that one.
best joke in the movie, which is, "Oh, it's the Ark of the Covenant." Are you sure? Pretty sure,
Pretty sure,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Love that.
yeah. That one's probably my favorite Indiana Jones.
I agree.